What's up guys, this is Saiyan here coming at you with another unboxing video, and we are back at the realms of old school Pokemon TCG. We are going to be unboxing this one and only starter set theme deck Bodyguard, which came out in the Fossil set, which was the second set that ever came out in the North American European Pokemon TCG card game. This particular deck focuses on fighting and grass Pokemon, and we do have a nice little muck in here somewhere, and a really cool looking Aerodactyl coin too. Now, the reason why I picked this up is because obviously, as you guys know, I am very much interested in old school Pokemon TCG. I have a good friend of mine, and we tend to have these Pokemon afternoons when we drink beer and play Pokemon and talk smack, and it's great. And we had this idea that we are going to just be trying to run theme decks against each other. And if you can see in the background, I have a Cold Fusion up there, which I'm also going to share with you guys. I have bought that used. This one, however, is unopened, so we're gonna crack it open with the trusty scissors, see what's in there, and that's about it for today. So again, Fossil, we have coughing here. I don't think there's any wheezings in here, but we definitely have muck, we definitely have grimers in here too. I haven't opened one of these for like ever. Wow. Just that feeling. Oh dear. You know, people never really used to like theme decks. There was maybe a couple of good ones, Knockout or Blackout with Hitmonchan, of course. That used to be a popular one, just to get that Hitmonchan. I believe that one also had maybe a super energy removal or something of that sort. That's probably one of the best ones you could get back in the days. Certainly, a lot of people would have bought this just to get a basic level of energy cards, maybe get some counters, get a coin that you can flip. But there is a lot of nostalgic value behind these, and you know, it still smells like 1999. That's brilliant. Okay, so some of the later ones you would open here at this flap, but these still open on the side, which I always thought was really cool. It was very different. And the inside is compartmentalized as well. So when you open it up, you can actually see that we got two nice little separate compartments there. So you can actually hold your cards in one of these decks if you really have to. We also have the rulebook down there, but let's check out our Aerodactyl coin first. This is a brand spanking new Aerodactyl coin. Now, I do have a few coins. That was something I used to collect when I was playing this game, when I was still back in primary school, and this Chansey was my very first one. Love this Chansey. I use it every time, even to the day. I also have this Pikachu. It's seen better days, but I do have it. Starmie, Alakazam, which has recently gotten scratched a little bit, which I'm not too happy about, as you can imagine, but it is what it is. And a Meow, or Meowth. We always used to say Meow. So there's a new contender here for the collection, which is our little Aerodactyl. So I'm really happy with this guy. I'll certainly be doing a few flips, unless he obviously goes for tails all the time. No, he's alright. He will do. Let him just chill here behind Chansey for now. Just look at them. You can clearly tell which one's the Aerodactyl. The side of it is still really, really white. Absolutely no use of it yet. Mint condition. Back to the deck. Unfortunately, they have very, very quickly gotten rid of the nice little marbles that used to come with the base set deck Flag Zap. And they moved on to these counters, and these counters are rubbish. But we do have a version 3 rulebook here, which obviously very outdated nowadays, but there is a hell of a lot of nostalgia when it comes to these. And because we do follow the old school rules, Obviously, this is always a good little reference to have around. And we got a card list as well. If you're trying to catch them all, which you should, then you can obviously tick them off in your little checklist. I actually did have a checklist. I probably still have it somewhere, where I actually started to use this checklist and just tick the ones that I had. Then, of course, I have been ripped off like many other people. So that list is not exactly valid anymore. But I do have, obviously, a lot more cards that I have gotten my hands onto, since I do understand the value of these cards. I'm just gonna put the paperwork back to where it came from, back into the box. And I will close this box as well, put it to the side, and focus on the deck itself. So obviously Muck is a cool little card. You get it in a foil form, which is great, obviously. And let's see what else we have in here. This is a little bit of a challenge to open it. I don't know if I just, yeah, I'll probably just do this and this. Honestly, I don't know what the deck list is, so this is going to be absolutely new stuff for me. We do know that we have our Muck. That's obviously the rare in this particular theme deck, and he's a cool little card for his Pokemon power. Basically, shuts down all other Pokemon powers. It's definitely utilized in quite a few decks where you're trying to run that particular type of strategy. So you can definitely find a home for that little guy. We got Geodude. We have 3 Geodudes. Not the best card for sure. Flip a coin until you get tails. This deck does 10 damage times the number of heads. Well, I mean, if you're really lucky, you can get quite a lot of damage in with this, but it's not really guaranteed, is it? You also get 2 Gravelers, which are also pretty rubbish. You only 10 more HP than Geodude. You got the Harden. Onyx has the Harden. He's a basic. He has 90 HP. And then he does Rock Throw for 40. So obviously Golem is maybe the one where you potentially get the payoff, but I never really been into these cards. Grimer though, we do need Grimers. I don't know if we need 4 for 1 Muck, but this used to be the theme for these old school WotC theme decks, that you get a lot of the common cards and you barely get anything that, you know, is your payoff, which of course is the Muck. So we really don't need to worry about any more Grimers. I think we're sorted with that. We also have 4 Zubats, which again is definitely not a good card. We do have 2 Golbats. Okay, well, you know, Zubat, Golbat, they're not the worst actually if you think about it. They can run off fighting energy as well if you don't draw into your grass energies, but again, there isn't a lot to be said about them. You get 1 Onyx. 1 Onyx. I could have really done with a few more of these. Okay, we got 2 Bulbasaur. For whatever reason, there's no Venusaurs in here. And we have 4 Coughing. Wow, this is absolutely low value stuff. We got Foul Gas, Flip a Coin. If heads, the defending Pokemon is now poisoned. If tails, it is now confused. It's actually not too bad because you definitely get a status effect out there, but without any wheezing. Again, well, would you really just want to run a 50 HP Coughing on its own? You get 4 potions, 2 Professor Oaks, which I think are actually pretty useful. You get a Pokemon Center and 2 Super Potions, and you get tons of Grass Energies and a few Fighting Energies as well, and that is about it. So why did I get this? Well, honestly, just for the Muck and the coin. By now, looking at the deck list, but the Muck's still really cool, and these are all box fresh. So I now have 2 box fresh Professor Oaks. No, 1. Crap. And 1 Pokemon Center. There you go. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was Bodyguard, a theme deck from the 2nd ever set of Pokemon TCG, which is Fossil, or for us in Europe. and North America. And that's about it, guys. Saiyan signing out. Peace out, YouTube.